Hey everyone, here are the best mods for the month of March 2026 in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. And yes, this is an entirely new location that you're looking at. March had the most mods ever released for a month in Baldur's Gate 3, and my PC's RAM is feeling it. It's fully maxed out. I had to reshoot this video, so I'm just going to dive right into the mods that we have here today. With Dawnstar Psychic Weapons, we also got the DTO here, which lets the enemies do spell opportunity attacks at us, which is super cool. We also have mods that add in things like a longer simple hug for Astarion. I also released my 4th subclass mod, the Lucky Clover Domain Cleric. We also got the Beavis and Butthead Pompadour, the Enchanted Loot mod here, another update from Airy Fell. Choose your camps as well as move your companions around in the camps, and a ton of cosmetic mods which we'll be breaking down in this video. Now I'm just going to first start off with my favorite mod of the month, and it is from Nexus Mods. This is the Glade of Dantus and Aleena Rivers here by Terabyte33. This is mostly meant for photo mode, but you don't have to have photo mode, or don't have to use photo mode to have fun with this mod. It basically just lets you go to this new location on the map, and you get an item in your inventory that lets you spawn into here, and you can just kind of hang out. It's obviously meant for photography, but it's really cool just to, like, you know, come here in between. You can kind of use it to camp if you want to. You can lay down your chest and things like that. But I'm just truly blown away by how beautiful this map is, and this is not the only mod we have like this on our video today. This is super cool. It's got a large area here, and some of the shots that they have taken are actually quite magical. So if you're looking for a new photo mode location, the Glade of Dantus and Aleena Rivers. Next up, we have Dawnstar Psychic Weapons spells here, which looks incredible. Now, this adds in 12 new spells, 2 cantrips, and I've also done a video on this if you want to see it in action. The VFX for this thing are out of this world, like all of other Dawnstar mods. Really fun, too. And what I like about it is that they are like psychic damage, and it doesn't feel like super overpowered. Obviously, you can use the Resonance Stone to make it overpowered, but you don't have to, obviously, if you want to keep things balanced. But as you continue to level up, you're going to be getting new spells along the way. I really like once we get to the level 3 spells, Wall of Swords is quite fun, alongside the Psychic Weapons, which lets you summon in 3 psychic weapons. So to give you an idea of the VFX here, some of them make you like these actual psychic weapons in your hand, where other ones you use your weapon, like I'm playing as a blade seeing wizard here, and then whenever you cast these in, it's kind of like a wall of fire, but it's now the psychic swords there. I love it. There's also psychic weapons, which is a concentration, but lets you create these summoned weapons here that you can fight in combat, kind of like spiritual weapon. We also do have cantrips here, which are pretty cool because you can pull enemies in with your like psychic whip here. It's awesome. So yeah, I have done a full video on this mod, so if you want to see it in more detail, check it out. I'll have it pinned in the comments, but Dawnstar Psychic Weapons, incredible mod. Next up, we got the DTO Codex of Might and Magic Beta by Zaylin here. Now, they've also released another mod, which actually just came to console a couple weeks back with the Otherworldly Archetypes, which adds 12 subclasses to the game. This mod is like Pathfinder mechanics in 5e. So with this, enemies can now do ranged attacks and spell attacks as an opportunity. In addition to this, enemies are going to have a higher critical hit chance and have more devastating critical hits. There's also the Death's Door. The first time you become unconscious, you become marked with Death's Door. If your hit points reach 0 again before a long rest, you'll instantly die with no saving throw. There are some new things like ready attacks here. If you played the new rule set of D&D, you'll understand that. Or if you even played Solasta 2, which came out in early access recently, it adds in new feats and new abilities for some of the classes here. And there's some new stuff for things like the Bard with their war song and much more. This is a very cool mod worth checking out. Zaylin does some really great stuff. Now next, I know this mod's a very popular one. I think it's cool too. The Nice Simple Hug, Longer Hug for Astarion by Hyperspace Towel. I love all of their mods. This is a nice simple plan / hug. So basically, whenever you hug Astarion, oddly enough, he lets go really quickly and it just feels unnatural. This changes it to be much more natural and doesn't seem like you just hate Astarion. You want to get away from him really quickly. So again, you can see here, the regular vanilla hug, you run away and sprint to the other side of Faerun as quickly as possible. With this mod, you now hug him for a normal amount of time. I think this is great, so just want to cover this. And my mod here, the Lucky Clover Domain Cleric. If you like poison, acid, and necrotic damage, which aren't very heavily utilized in the game, this class is for you. It has a bunch of abilities based around gold too. All the spells will give the targets gold, and then we get our special blood money here, which we can attack with and get extra damage based on that. And yes, you can also summon in a leprechaun. Now, I won't go too in depth in it, but you do get unique cantrips like the Lucky Shot here, which is a 1d4 of the green damage types, gives the target 10 gold and makes them drunk for 2 turns, and you throw a beer bottle at them. It's really funny. I also give Shillelagh or Shillelagh, it's an Irish name, and this is Irish obviously in origin, as am I. But we also get the luck points here, so this is like the feat just at level 1. Level 2 gives us the Lucky Break, which has a 7 meter range, which will give our teammates a reduced critical hit threshold by 2 for 2 turns. Also, since poison damage is really hard to use, I do have the Shamrock Spray here, which gives the target 10 gold per beam, and we also ignore resistances. And my mod also works with Dawnstar psychic spells. And I think this is the first ever mod that has a squirrel in it that can get you drunk, so yeah, that's pretty fun. So yeah, there are summons with this, like some of my other mods here. You got all these different spells. The Lucky Shot I think is really fun, so you literally throw a beer bottle at them. It's funny, and it does the green damage types. We also have Ray of Gold here, which shoots out in a beam-like attack of pure gold, and it gives the target extra gold, which you can then use the Gilded Curse here to then attack them, and you have gold flying around you while you do it. There's a lot of stuff in the game that I was able to reuse and purpose into this, which I thought was really fun. So yeah, go check this out. I put a lot of time and effort into it, and yeah, I had a lot of fun making it. I also just noticed that Larian has it in their Channel from Hell playlist, so they probably played with it on stream. I'll have to go check it out. I've had a very busy week. But next up, we got the best hair pack ever by Mooch30. Now this mod is just straight up hilarious. So, cheesed to meet you. I'm gonna go through all the hairstyles here. This was an April Fool's Day joke, and I think it's hilarious. I love the pompadour. If you want to go play a Beavis and Butthead playthrough, now's your chance. You also got the helicopter, the Friar Tuck special. We got the pointy. Yeah, that is hilarious. This one here is called the Smooth Talker, the Thinker, the Twisted. This one kind of looking normal-ish. The Concept, the Monstar, and here are my favorites. The Cool Guy, shorter, bigger version, and that's for short races, and then for the strong body types. And we also have the Mystical here, another version with longer hair, the Priceless, and the short little wisps of hair. Yeah, this is so fun. Go check it out. They also work, some of them on Dragonborn as well. I love them little Mario hat there. This is by Mooch30. Love it. Next up, we got Ember's Enchanted Instruments Lutes by Arifel. And here are what the spells in this look here like. So, like their other mods, whenever you're playing the instruments, you do get these unique VFX that pop up. And you also have some people that are going to play instruments alongside you. This is a great follow-up to their Ember's Lute musical performance mod, which I'm a big fan of, the vicious rockery here. So these are great to check out if you're a big fan of any type of like musical instruments or bard type playthroughs. So yeah, dyeable lutes as well. And they also come with some dyes too. Now here are two huge quality life mods by Forkirme. Choose your camp. So with this, you basically get the ability to choose between whatever camp you want in the act. So depending on where you're at in the game, like we have your default camp, you can just remove and go back to normal. So if you're in Act 1, you can choose between the Wilderness, Basement, Granite, Sandstone, Abbey, Shard Temple, Underdark, and then once you go to like Act 2, you got the Mountain Pass and so on. So with this mod, it's nice because if you just wanted to, you know, stay at a certain camp, you can then keep yourself at that camp using this mod. This is a really smart mod. I love it. So consider using it for your next playthrough, just because certain camps you may like more than others. And with this mod, you can help explore that a bit further. Also, they had the Move Camp Spawns mod, which gives you 2 spells, which are really nice because basically in the camp, like if I wanted to go, there's a reason why I'm always standing there in my videos. If I wanted to stand over here and I grab Shadowheart and then, yeah, I got her posed up and all that, and then I go back to my character, she's standing there now, but normally she'll, of course, when I'm doing a video, she works properly. Okay, you can see Minsk is running backwards. I'm not sure why Shadowheart's defying the laws of Baldur's Gate 3 right now. Oh, she just started walking away there now. But yeah, you get the idea. With Move Camp Spawns, you can make it so that the target is going to stay in a certain place. So you have these different spells here. Boom, you can now keep her in spot or whoever you want in their spot and not have to worry about them roaming around. This is great for photo ops. And yeah, it's just a nice quality life that I think is great if you're someone that wants to, you know, pose people around and camp a little differently. It's just nice because I spent a lot of time in camp, but you may too. This may be worth it. Move Camp Spawns. Next, we got the Simple Monk Attire. We're getting into some clothing mods here. There's a lot of them. This here I think is really nice because it's just simple and it looks like what a monk would probably wear if they were in Baldur's Gate 3, and there's a few different variations of it. So we have this one here. There's the alt version, which comes with like a colored version. You can then just go with the top or the bottoms, and there's camp versions as well. So yeah, I think this is a really nice outfit mod. It's basic, straightforward, simple, and nice. And again, Simple Monk Attire by Baitor. We also have the Barry's Bracchiale Medley by Barry Semifreddo. I love this mod. I'm a big fan of all of Barry's mods, and you can see this on my character here, these little butterflies. So this gives a bunch of different armbands that you can choose from with the Barry's Bracchiale chest. That was the one that you saw on the ground there at the start of the video. There's butterflies, there's a little armband one, there's Susur Bark bracelets. There's a lot of different choices here that you can go with, and I really like it because it's a nice accessory to what you may already have going on with your character. I also really like the mummy one. It has these really cool bones here. So yeah, if you're looking for something to spice up your character, Barry's Bracchiale Medley. And we also have the Acheron clothing and light armor mod by Onyx Omens here. This is incredible. So I've shown this off in a number of videos, but it is one of the best outfit armor mods out there. So this is what one of the sets look like here, 14 armor class, plus 2 initiative. It's just a basic leather armor here, and I think it's nice to have the stats on it because they're not overpowered. And the thing is, it's going to work on all body types. So you see here we got Gale. I'll get more on his arm later, but this is the one of the versions of it. There's ones that have different packs on it. So you can see here, there's like A, B, C, D, and each of these are going to come with different things. So some of them have like the bags there, some of them have sleeves. So you can get real creative with this mod, and it works on all different body types. You can see there how it looks on them. Love this. It's very, very nice looking. The Acheron clothing and light armor. Next up, we got the Fiamma Volante outfit ensemble by Barry Semifreddo. And if you're looking for a fiery hot outfit, this is the one to go with. It also comes with these wings here. So this is what the blue fire version looks like. It also has like a red fire version. And with this, it's got the outfit, the wings separate, so you can go with these either how you want. The wings also give you the ability to fly, which is great. And there's like an overpowered version, which is like a heavy armor with an armor class of 20, and it gives you proficiency while wearing it, kind of like the armor you get from Raphael there. So this is what this version of it looks like. The fire is burning hot with this outfit. So yeah, the Fiamma Volante outfit ensemble by Barry Semifreddo. And next we got the Helena Dress Set by Baldur here. Now this is really cool. It also just came to console yesterday. It comes in its own little chest here, and this is what it ends up looking like. This is super cool. This is based on a outfit from the music video for Helena by My Chemical Romance here, so that's the inspiration. I think that is really cool there. And also, fun fact, I gotta tell this every time I think about My Chemical Romance, lead singer Gerard Way created Penny Parker. Super weird, but just had to get that off my head here. This is a really nice looking dress mod, and it also has some physics going on with it too, so if you're a fan of that, yeah, it moves, it's cool. That is the Helena Dress Set by Baldur. And next up we got the Staves of the Forgotten by Callie Sins. Now this is the great staves that you've seen on my characters here, and they come with a variety of different appearances. So this one here is the Divinitas, and there is a variety of different ones. You can see there like this Aquaman looking one for Gale here. Here's a red one on Minsk, and a heart-shaped one here now on Shadowheart. I really like these different staves, and if you're looking for something new for a spellcaster, this is worth checking out. Also, these come with like a normal version, which is more balanced, and then they come with a legendary version as well. And they have a ton of different abilities here. I'm just gonna quickly go through these. You can pause it if you wanna see one of them for yourself. They all have a theme around them. Some are like more enchantment focused, some of them are like cold damage focused, some of them are lightning and thunder damage focused. That is the Staves of the Forgotten by Callie Sins. And I love long swords and loom swords. The Aqua Fox Looongsword by Skirby here. This is a really nice one. It comes with a few different versions here. So these are the abilities. It's also a progressive weapon like Skirby's other mods. You can get a one-handed one, so if you wanted to go wild and dual wield them, you can, because they come with the light extra reach ones there. So they're treated as halberds, which is kind of funny because you do have dual wielding halberd animations for these. So in the normal game, they normally wouldn't. I think it's just defaulting to like the longsword attack, but yeah, they're counted as halberds just for the animation purposes. But this is a really cool mod, the Aqua Fox Loomsword here by Skirby. And next we got the Greataxe Gorehowl by Snooky here, and this mod is really cool. It is a weapon that's based loosely on like a World of Warcraft type axe here, and I've had this in a bunch of previous videos. I have it installed right now, but I didn't see it in the tutorial chest, but my tutorial chest be bugging out, so I'm just going through their images because they did a great job of capturing what this looks like. It's a nice axe, and there's not enough axes in Baldur's Gate 3, so never mind, I figured it out. It's in your camp chest and not the, it's weird lag, yeah. Having some weird issues sometimes with this game. Even after the hotfix, there's some weird lag and items disappearing. But yeah, we got the axe here. Don't forget, it's in the camp chest, not the tutorial chest. Get so used to creature habit. And here are the properties for the weapon itself. It's a 1d12, just a basic old weapon, but it still looks like a legendary. It's got the gold appearance to it. It looks cool. Great if you like to use different like transmog mods. So yeah, the Greataxe Gorehowl. Next up, we got the Ornamental Body Jewelry by Baldur. Now, this is another mod that just made it to console too. I had to cut out a lot of my video yesterday while I was showcasing this, so I won't get too much into it because it is a bit hard to showcase. I'll just say that much. Yeah, it's tough to showcase, but you get the idea. Ornamental Body Jewelry here. Next, we got some cosmetic mods. I love this. If you've played Detroit Become Human, you'll know Connor. If you haven't, Neil Newbin, who voiced Astarion, he plays 2 characters in that game. It's an incredible game. I love it. And I gotta say, this is honestly quite spot on for a head mod. It looks quite similar, but you can also get some very different looking appearances out of it. Another thing, he is actually the partner to Clancy Brown. If you don't know who Clancy Brown is, he's Mr. Krabs, Sponge Boy Me Bob. Yeah, it's so cool. Detroit Become Human is an amazing game. I love seeing different crossover type mods. This mod's by Sweet Generous Things Mods. I love it. And following up with another mod by Sweet Generous Things Mods, they got the Sweet Generous Sassy Face mods here, which gives us a couple faces that are quite sassy. For some mods, I get a lot of comments about this. I like to go with the Makeup 7 from the base game. I don't know if you're using different types. And jack up the eyeliner here. Sometimes this helps out if certain, like I play as a half elf and different head styles. But I think these look really nice. I'm just going to go through the different options here because we got a vampiric version and a non-vampiric version for the Darcy here. So that's the Darcy head. That is the Gill head. I think these just look great. So nice, and it looks natural. So that is the sassy new heads. I want to show you some of their images too, because you can get real creative with it. So yeah, there's the Gill head as well, and the Gilbert head too for body type too. So yeah, this is really nice. They are sassy, and they're available on Mod.io for Baldur's Gate 3. And next up, we're getting into the Char hairs Volume 1. This is the hairstyle that you would have saw in my character throughout this video, not the helicopter, or any of these other ones here. This is cool because they are long. I love the long different hairstyles in this game because you can get real creative with some of the other pieces you can add on. And it's kind of modular here because you can choose if you want the bangs, or I'm not sure, long side hair to come down over to the sides here. And then you can also have it all slick back if you wanted to. So really cool. I like that it also has the split dye like some of Char's other mods here. So, and you also have it so that it's dyed all the way down like that. Char Mods has a lot of great cosmetic mods. I'm a big fan of them. So yeah, Char hairs. More hair to be added in the future. This is an early access version of the mod. And next up, we got the Crimson Hair Catalog. This is by Sweet Generous Things Mods again here. And this is one of my favorite hairstyles from it, the not found hairstyle. It may have a name. Sometimes these do disappear with different updates and things like that. But if you're a console player, this mod came to console yesterday, so you're lucky day. There's so many great choices here. Not just body type 1, body type 2. It's got it all in this, and you can get some pretty creative looks out of this. So again, I really like that big long front hair there, but we even have curly hairstyles. I know people have been asking for those more, and yeah, you can get a lot of different creations out of this mod. Looking forward to some more hair mods by Sweet Generous Things Mods. This is a great one. Next, we got the Poesielibre's Iris Atelier Eye Colors mod by Poesielibre. And I'm going to go through their shots instead of just clicking on a bunch of eyes because they break it down because we got all of them in here. So a lot of natural looking eye colors and then also some unnatural ones here. Like you got the purple eyes. I really like how the purple and red ones here look. So you can get some cool looking drow. They also have blued out eyes and purple ones, even with some green there. If you haven't found the perfect eye color yet, I would recommend checking out this mod just because there are so many different appearances here from these. So yeah, some great stuff. The Poesielibre's Iris Atelier Eye Colors mod by Poesielibre. And a mod from the newest D&D book, the Heroes of Faerun. This is by the Real Zir here. I love all their different 2024 Players Handbook mods. This mod adds in feats from the new expansion pack, which is, they also have some that are homebrew, because obviously not everything can translate from tabletop to an actual Baldur's Gate 3 game, but this adds in a ton of different origins here. I've covered these a bunch of different times, like the 2024 Players Handbook All-in-One mod had this together. I'm a huge fan of the Cold Caster, as you guys probably know. It's really cool that you can get a feat that lets you also debuff the enemy with your cold spells. So yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff here in this mod, a lot of different feats. I've done a video breaking down feat mods, and yeah, I'm not going to go over every single one of these, but if you're a fan of the new expansion, this is a mod worth checking out. Now, there are a lot of mods to cover. As I mentioned, my PC's RAM was maxed out at the start of this video and was causing me issues with filming, so I did have to cut out some mods. But if you want to see even more, I do have a weekly mods of the week video where I break down the best mods of each single week, where I'm obviously able to cover much more mods in much greater detail. So if you want to check all those out just to see some new mods that may not have been covered here, I definitely recommend that. But we're getting into class mods here next with the Bounty Slayer class. Now, this mod actually wouldn't have been in the last mods of the week video because it just released here, but it is in the cutoff. It's a March 30th mod. So this mod here by Crypto Hack, they actually were sharing a bunch of updates in my Discord server. Links in the description there. I really like this class. This class will add its Constitution modifier to its armor class instead of Dexterity at level 1 here. And this class is a melee focus class. So here are a list of all the different abilities here. You also get you can choose an elemental or a damage type and become resistant to it. They're a master of wearing down a single target, as the Bounty Slayer implies. So they get additional damage on their attacks here as they continue to level up. And this is a class that I'll likely do a future video on because I think it's a lot of fun worth checking out. We also got the Undead Patron Warlock here by Ed Helsareg. which brings in the Undead Patron to Baldur's Gate 3. I know a lot of people are really curious about this, so you can see all the different abilities you get here at the different levels. So level 1 gives you the Form of the Dread, giving temporary hit points, cannot be frightened, and every time you attack a foe, you can frighten them. And you also get your Form of the Dread charges, which are separate from obviously spell slots to cast that. You also get their Grave Touch. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with a melee or spell attack, you can deal an additional 1d6 necrotic damage, and basically give them the Chill Touch. You also get the Necrotic Resistance here, and when you're in your Form of the Dead ability, you can become immune to it all. And you also get the Death Ward here, so if you go down, you can do Explosion instead of coming down, and will recover yourself while doing a 2d12 of, or 2d10 of necrotic damage to enemies in a 9-meter radius. Here's the Form of the Dread appearance, and again, you can get that immunity to necrotic with that. So like some other warlocks, this is very flavorful and great if you like roleplay. So there were some implementation changes, because obviously, again, Baldur's Gate 3 is a lot different than tabletop, but I think they did an incredible job. I'll be doing a future video on this one as well. Same thing here with the Soul Sorcerer subclass by ZX10RX. Now, typically I would go through all the abilities in each of these classes, but whenever I watch the analytics for these videos, no one ends up watching the class parts, so I don't want to go too in-depth on these, and I'll save that for a different type of video. But the Sea Soul has a lot of water-based abilities, dealing bludgeoning damage, knocking them around. They also can, like, it's a kind of has a flow to it, like water, where you start with one spell and you proceed into the next one here. And any of these spells that say they trigger Turmoil of Sea, when the target is knocked prone, they end up taking additional damage, bludgeoning. It's really fun, and if you like a water type playthrough, this is super cool to try out. So a lot of different spells. I'll be doing a full-on video on this one in the future, because I love ZX10RX mods, and great mod creator. This is also based on the Kibbles Tasty homebrew class. So yeah, they adapted into Baldur's Gate 3 and did a fantastic job with it. Now, we also got the Ethereal Warlock subclass here by Tricaliber OG. This is a fun warlock based on the ethereal plane, so you get some teleportation abilities here. The ethereal comes with all these abilities you can see here. So you got your Misty Veil, which lets you apply the protection, giving disadvantage on saving throws. My bad, misread that. You basically apply this on the enemies and teleport them around. This is a mod I used a little while back. You also get some damage spells that are going to heal yourself based on that. And it's cool, you can also, with the Pact-based Misty Veils, you can use it on your Pact of the Blade, as well as on Conjure Barrage, which is part of this class here. So there's a ton of different abilities. You can create little misty worlds, you can close them down, pulling enemies in. This is a really fun one, especially if you're a fan of the ethereal plane. So really fun. It's got all the abilities laid out here, and it goes all the way up to level 20 as well. No AI use, love that. Tricaliber OG, an incredible mod here. And we also have the Commoner class here by Gabe Camanescro. Now, this is basically like a choose-it-yourself type adventure, because you can, why me? With this, you get to choose between different types of weapon proficiencies, and you can kind of build around certain types of abilities. Like if you want to be a ranged attacker, you can then take some of the different abilities related to that. You get a feat every 2 levels, you get 1 new skill every 3 levels, get a class passive every 4 levels, and you get a skill to become an expertise in every 5 levels. You get to choose dialogue for any 2 classes except for Cleric and Paladin. So you can see here, as you get to level 2, you get like your armor proficiency choice. You can choose between weapon proficiencies. And then you can kind of, again, build it yourself. If you want to add in rage, you can. If you want to add in giant killer, dueling, or elemental adept, wild shape, sneak attacks, you got free reign to do as you please with the commoner class. And I think that's really interesting. You don't feel weak while playing this. You feel like you got full control over what you do with your class. So that mod, again, made by Gabe Camamescro. And next we have the Bare Moon Bathhouse, a custom level for VP by Inky Please. Now, this, like the other mod that I showcase, is a great place if you want to go and take shots, or if you just want to kind of hang out and use this as your camp. It's a new area in the world here. You get an item in your inventory. It's like an invitation. You're going to use it, and then you can teleport yourself into this area here. Now, for whatever reason, it's not appearing in my game. I literally just showed this off just a few days ago, so I'll just show you a quick clip of when I was playing it earlier. I'm not sure why it wasn't appearing, but hotfix. Doing hotfix things, I guess. Yeah, so this is a really nice place for just, again, VP. It's cool because there's like, it's like has actual rooms and actual like bath that you can go into. So very useful if you're looking to do some new like some virtual photography in Baldur's Gate 3. And you can go outside the area too, and that's what it looks like. This is a sweet mod. I love all these different area mods. They're so cool. Next, we have the Dyeable Vanilla Weapon Swords and Daggers by Astrolites here. I really like this because this lets you get real creative with your weapons here. So you can see the Infernal Rapier here normally does not look like that, but with this mod, you can now go ahead and dye it, and you can use any type of dye on it. So here we'll go ahead and we'll change the color of the sword there. You can see it's slightly changed. Certain weapons will change a little more than others. Like here's the spell Sparkler. We're going to use a different type. It has to be a sword. So here is the Sword of Life Stealing here. Now with the dye, it makes it a little bit more gold, depending on obviously the dye that you use. It's going to use the same colors as some of the metals in this game, so depending on the weapon that you're using, it may come out wildly different. So there's the Stillmaker now with this cool red color instead of that green that it had. And here's Father Aluv, the longsword, so you make some slight changes to that there. Some of the dyes work better than others, so if you want to like black out some of the weapons, using the AO dye from Faerun Colors works really well. This is super cool. Yeah, if you want to be able to customize your swords, daggers, it also includes rapiers and short swords, great swords, scimitars, and short swords. So this mod here by Astrolites is incredible. Next we got the Little Tiefling Sailor Moon Hair. Now, I grew up watching this show, so I'm a big fan of it here, but you can see you can actually change the colors of the gems there. You don't even have to have the gems if you don't want to. You can have the split dye. You can also have it with the open bangs, so if you're using other types of mods, you can then go ahead and add in your own types of bangs from the other mods here. So you can get real creative with this, and I love whenever mods do that, because yeah, you can get some really cool looking designs going. So here are the Sailor Buns, and yeah, these look really nice, and you can put them on all the different characters there. This mod by Little Tiefling is amazing. Next up we got Bambi's Fawn here, a new head mod by Bambi009, and this one looks really great, as all Bambi's mods do look amazing. I definitely recommend checking out their different head mods if you're looking for something different. And we also got Bambi's Anahita this week as well, or this month as well. Another great head mod, so we're checking out. Again, all their stuff is great. Now, we also got a very popular class, the Gunslinger class by Adarugo. Now, this is great because the Gunslinger has a bunch of different subclasses, but they also homebrewed the Desperado here. So we got the Deadeye, High Roller, Secret Agent, Spell Slinger, Trick Shot, White Hat, and the Desperado. With this class, there's a bunch of different abilities. This is based on a D&D class, and it also has a bunch of different like summoned in weapons you can do. You can also bite the bullet. You got risk die, which are what you use for your abilities here. And here's all the different weapons. Some of them have reloads, some of them don't have reloads. So if you like to play with that rule set, you can use it. You also have, each of the subclass has a bunch of different abilities too, and it goes all the way up to level 20. This is a cool one, and I'll probably do a future video on this because I love all of Adarugo's mods. And also shouts out to them because they actually did a Lucky Clover. They translated my Lucky Clover domain into Cleric. Korean, the Cleric mod in Korean. My bad, misread that. And next we got the wood-themed props for virtual photography or brown props. I don't know, swings, hot air balloon, and more. Again, if you like photo mode, this is great for you. You can also just set these around a camp because they do look really cool. So you can get creative with the designs here, and you got even things like the bicycle there. So yeah, I love the different types of photo mode mods. They've also released horse mods. There's no horses in Baldur's Gate 3 until Petrogov 99 came along. This is a really cool mod. And to end off, and let you know what's going on with Gale's arm here. Well, this mod is the Gale's Cursed Arm by One Eye Askew. This also comes with a version that you can use on your own player character if you want, and there's different versions of it. So with this, you get a cursed arm. The reason for it is if you're aware of like early access for Baldur's Gate 3, like Gale originally had like bandages on his arms. Auntie Ethel still refers to it with one of her dialogue lines, talking about how his bandaged arm and how he's gonna hurt everyone. That was part of Gale's character, and the weave was like consuming him. Now you can then have this mod here to make it seem like his arm's getting consumed by the weave. I think this is really cool, and I'm gonna have a hard time removing this just because of how badass I think it looks. So that is the Gale's Cursed Arm by One Eye Askew. March had so many great mods though, so let me know in the comments which of these was your favorite, and hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed this video. Also, check out the best mods of the week videos where I'm able to actually go a little bit more in depth and cover a lot more mods if you want to see some more great mods from Baldur's Gate 3. But have yourself a great day, folks, and we'll catch you all in the next video.